I have been warmly accepted by Ghanaians. In fact, many of my friends have teased me that I should have contested the election in Ghana instead of coming to Nigeria, So that's to tell you how much they know I love Ghana. I would always follow up issues and events in Ghana. I came in for the Ghana Meets Niger concert hosted by Bolare, and every now and then, sometimes I attend the Ghana Music Awards. So I follow a lot of entertainment events in Ghana. And
you've been an integral part of our entertainment, but let's start with Ovation magazine. I know that there was a magazine that came and changed the face of lifestyle magazine here in Ghana, but we've not seen a lot from Ovation these days. What happened?
Oh, there's a lot. If you go on ovationinternational.com on our website, you see what has happened is that these days a lot of action and activities are going on online. We still produce the hard copy, which is probably the largest you'll find anywhere in Africa, about 364 pages of magazine. And we've kept it going because people are in love with pictures. Pictures don't ever go stale. We cover weddings, funerals, birthday parties, housewarming, outdooring, almost on daily basis. So we're never short of, content. And now we've even expanded to television. So we have a 1-hour Ovation television program, which we show in Nigeria on AIT, on Silverbird Television, in Ghana on GH1 every Saturday, on Ben TV in London every Saturday, on Afrotainment in the United States and Canada every Sunday. So we're everywhere. We have an online newspaper now called The Boss newspaper. And so we're expanding our scope and our frontiers, and we're very grateful to God.
Okay, so that's about the magazine, but let's talk about the shows you put here in Ghana. You do
Ovation Red Carol.
Yes, you do that. It tells that you're very much concerned about our entertainment landscape here in Ghana. Now, if you are asked to talk about the entertainment here in Ghana, how would you describe entertainment in Ghana?
Oh, I would say it's growing at a supersonic speed. What I do here with the Ovation Carol is not just about entertainment. It's also about charity. We try to give something back to the society. We try to remember the helpless and the hopeless. We try to give them hope. Remember one of the first concerts we held here at the State House. We were able to endow a poetry competition at the University of Ghana in Legon in memory of the late Professor Kofi Awuno. And the following year, we were also able to donate money to a young lady who has a charity that goes around painting schools all over Ghana, giving uniforms to students, and so there is always something, that drives it. So it's not just that we come for entertainment. But talking specifically about entertainment in Ghana, I'm very impressed because when I first came in the days of hip life, I had a lot of friends, TikTok, then the Coco Timber man at the time. In fact, Coco Timber was one of my favorites, at the time. And then you had Samini, and all of them. So, and now it has metamorphosed into a mega business where you have Sarkodie, you have Stone Boy, you have Shatawale, you have, all of them. And it's always very impressive. I watched the last Ghana Meets Niger, and you can see that now Ghanaian musicians can stand their own against any artist from any part of Africa. And that is, and we must remember to thank Charterhouse in particular. Charterhouse Ghana has done extremely well with the successful hosting of the Ghana Music Awards over the years. I remember when they started, we used to come from London to cover the event, and we used to beg them, can you make announcements, tell people that the event has to be glamorous, it has to be the Grammy of Africa, And today, when you go to Ghana Music Awards, you will know that this is a proper Grammy or Oscars. People are dressed to kill. Everybody is looking fine. and flamboyant on the red carpet. So I'm happy to be a part of that transition.
Great. Now, you have experienced Nigeria. Of course, that's where you come from. You do shows in Nigeria as well. Now, the Nigerian landscape, entertainment-wise, and Ghanaian landscape, if you want to do a comparison, you say the market is larger than ours. But what is it that they do that we could take from?
Well, you see, the first thing you have to consider is the fact that Nigeria is big. Nigeria is almost 10 times the size and population of Ghana. Nigeria has had oil wealth. Nigeria has some of the biggest corporations, some of the biggest billionaires in Africa. So naturally, it would, affect how we conduct entertainment. But like I said, Ghana is not doing badly.
Yeah, but there's nothing we can pick from them and lessons.
Well, what you can pick, you're already picking. There are so many collabos. They are doing collaborations between artists here and there. I'm aware that Sarkodie had Burna Boy on his album. I'm aware that Wizkid has had collaborations with artists here. Pato Rankin is always in Ghana. Davido is another good example of someone who is very, very popular in Ghana. So a lot of our artists are coming here to do great things. I saw Becca and Two-Face, and I also do that because we do the Ovation Red Carol theme song, and we've had Becca. We've done things with Efia here. We've done things, with Sarkodie. We've done things with so many of them. In fact, the first time Sonny Badu went to Nigeria in 2007, I invited him to Nigeria, and boom, thereafter, he has exploded on the world stage. In fact, he has gone beyond Africa. He is now a global phenomenon. So, Ghana and Nigeria, we are learning from you. You are also learning from us. The big brother must also learn from the younger ones. Otherwise, you will remain stagnant.
Now, you mentioned Davido, and I'm excited because we've seen in the news lately some banter between Davido and yourself. The fact that he's actually has a baby with your niece. Is that true?
Yes, Davido has a baby, very beautiful girl, Imade, with my cousin, Sophia. And, of course, there was some riot between the two of them. They are young people. And unfortunately, I was brought into their fray. But I'm happy that the family intervened positively, and today things are much smoother between both families.
Now, but the latest development we've seen is a fan posting on Twitter that, and if I can remember very well, I'm not sure I can quote verbatim, but he says, Uncle Dele, I know say you still won't go Dubai, but just apologize to Davido. And Davido comes to retweet and say, Dele na my boy. How did that come to you?
I've never responded to it. This is the first time. Even the first video he released, Osinachi, when he released Osinachi, I didn't know the meaning. I don't speak Igbo, but I thought it was negative, so I called his father. And his father has been my friend and big brother of so many years. So it's just unfortunate what happened. His late mom was very close to me. I used to call her my sister, and we visited, their home when he was a little boy. But, success is always a very tough thing to manage. And your fans can mislead you sometimes. So I know that what he's doing is what most artists do all over the world, which is to sell his album. You want to sell your record. You want to sell, so you have to create controversy. Sometimes I don't think David will see me face to face and say I'm his boy. I'm his father.
But he goes on. I've seen a video of him performing somewhere, and his fans are chanting. He said, "Dele na my boy, Dele na my boy." And I'm wondering,
why are you talking about it now? So that's why he's selling his record. So
are you comfortable with that?
Very. Oh, will I fight my own child? I can fight him. And now we're connected together for life through that baby. I can never fight David. David is too small to... Never.
You don't think you should be called to order because you're somebody who has built a reputation for yourself over these years?
He didn't call me a thief. He said I'm his boy. So do I look like anybody's boy? So why should I react to something? You understand? It means that I'm childish. If I begin to respond, people can say anything on social media. But there is no way. And he didn't mention my father's name. He said Dele na my boy. There are so many Deles in Nigeria. Like you have Kofi, Kwesi, Kojo.
But the
It's the
tweet
same
was
thing.
actually with your handle. The tweet tagged you. I mentioned you in that tweet.
Anybody can tag me because I'm one of the Deles in Nigeria. I'm probably the most famous Dele around. So it's okay. Look, one thing you must accept in your life is that to whom much is given, much is expected. And what is that expectation? Is that you must sacrifice everything, including your privacy. We have so much at stake. Some people love us to death. Some people hate us to hell. So, but my attitude is that David, do you know this thing? I'm one of his biggest fans. I love his music. On Ovation TV, almost every week they are playing Osinachi, despite the fact that Osinachi was supposed to be using style to, attack me. But I'm very tolerant. I'm a Democrat. A man who wanted to lead a nation has to be tolerant. A man who wanted to be the president of Africa's biggest nation. If you cannot tolerate a musician, then you will kill your opponent.
Now, is it true that you were the one who first brought him to Ghana?
Who?
Davido.
No. But on one occasion, he had problems with Charterhouse. He had collected money and he was supposed to perform, and then last minute he said he wasn't coming. And so when I was contacted by Charterhouse, I intervened. I called his dad that, look, this man should not disappoint Ghanaians because Ghanaians love him a lot. And his father did well that night. He chartered a plane, paid for by himself, to bring him to Ghana, and he begged me to ensure that I put him back on the plane within 2 hours. And we did that. He rushed to the conference center. We made sure he did his show in good time, and he went back to Nigeria that night to perform with the band. So we've had a very healthy relationship. I remember the good in people, not the bad. Yes.
No, and there's another allegation that you actually pushed Sophia on him.
No, I didn't even know that. Trust me, I didn't even know they were dating. I didn't know about the baby even until they started having problems. Sophie never told me anything. Because I'm never around. I'm traveling all the time. I'm not the kind of person who will be chasing my families to know you are pregnant, you're not pregnant. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was pregnant. No.
And the allegation that you are actually pushing that Davido marry Sophia.
Oh, no, impossible. How can I? That's impossible. As a matter of fact, I did not call Davido's dad, even after I discovered that my cousin had a baby for David. Normally, the natural thing would have been for us to... I never discussed it. It was the dad who called me to now say, oh, I'm sorry, Dele, your cousin has a baby for my son. And I said, yes, I'm aware. And then he apologized that he did not call me all along because he said... they were not sure if the baby was theirs. So they went and did a DNA test. And the DNA was able to show clearly that the baby belongs to Davido. And that was when the father called me formally to announce to me that your cousin... And then he said he wanted us to have a meeting over the way forward. Because Davido is younger than Sophia, my cousin. And the two of them have not shown the level of maturity that could indicate marriage or anything, but we have to look in terms of the interest and the welfare of the baby. And we went in for the meeting, and we agreed on certain terms, but unfortunately, somewhere along the line, the terms were not being strictly followed, and we felt cheated that, no, this was not our agreement. You can't be traveling with a baby without a mother. You can't tell a mother to be visiting her own baby once a week, and she didn't have access to this young.
Was that why you called the airport authorities to stop them from traveling?
Yes, they were going to travel, and I made contact with David's dad that it was unfair not to tell a mother that our baby was being taken abroad. They had done it once, and I didn't mind because they told us at that time that the baby was very ill and they needed to go for medicals in Dubai. So, but the airport scene would have been avoided, and it's something that I'm not comfortable with, and I will never be comfortable with it. But we had no choice. But I'm happy that David's dad is such a fantastic gentleman. He realized the point we were trying to prove, and he quickly made amends.
Do you regret making that call for the scene to be created at the airport?
No, I didn't make a call for the scene to be created, what we did was just to report to the airline and report to immigration that a baby was going to be taken away, and we didn't want it. If there was a consent, I would always support it. I tell my cousin, even my cousin cannot travel with the baby without telling David. That would be irresponsible. I tell her all the time. So I'm a very objective person in the situation.
Now, what about all the allegations leveled against your cousin that the baby was taken away from her because she was using hard drugs, and because of that, the baby was also affected in certain ways?
As we discovered, all those things were mere allegations, and I will leave it at that. They were mere allegations. There was no proof. Anybody can set you up, give a dog a bad name to hang it. But I'm not trying to defend my cousin, but I can tell you that Sophia is not a druggie, no. If you meet Sophia, one of the sweetest ladies you would ever know.
No, he posted actually on social media documentation that proved that Sophia had actually gone for some medicals, and it proved that she was on certain drugs.
No, I didn't see that. We actually showed at that time that while the baby was in Dubai, the baby was swimming at the Atlantis Hotel. So
the baby, it doesn't have any illness. She has not been affected by smoke or...
Oh, never. Never. Have you ever seen any document anywhere showing that the baby had narcotics in her blood?
The video said.
No. It's saying it's different from...
After posting a
no,
document of
no,
Sophia.
that was none. He posted things about Sophie or Sophia, whichever you call her, but not about Imade. Imade is the issue. If you say Imade was affected by narcotics, where is the evidence? Do you understand?
And that's why
there was none.
Here to Dubai.
No. They said they wanted that she had maybe a breathing problem. All kids have problems.
So
Do you understand?
It's
not because, no, it had nothing to do with narcotics. No. Because at that stage anyway, they are taking the baby away from the mother. So the mother was not breastfeeding her. So where will she get the thing from?
Now, but finally, what's your stance on Davido not marrying your cousin?
Every childbirth cannot lead to marriage. I'm not bothered. They are adults. Who says they can't marry tomorrow? It's their business. I don't get involved in such things. Nobody can get involved in my own affairs. So they're adults. So they are free. They marry, they don't marry. But I would always support that both of them should live responsibly for the sake of that child. That's all that matters.